Hello, Gentleman Gamer here, and today I am playing EVE Online, and I'm currently approaching an unidentified wormhole. Now, these wormholes are the same ones the drifters have been using to get into known space, and before, capsuleers could not enter them. But since the Carnex release, they are now open. We can get in and explore these actual systems behind these wormholes. And I'm slowboating towards it because before, there were drifter battleships guarding it. But they jumped into the wormhole. So I guess it's safe to use my micro warp drive, I think. We can cut the time quite a bit here. Also here you can tell, each one of these will have these odd looking sleeper structures next to them, which is very interesting looking. Very big as well. I didn't think they're actually this big from far away. But pretty close on. Let's get into this thing. Go. Jump. Okay, to the unknown. Alrighty. And we're on the other side. Very cool. Let's make some space between us and this wormhole real quick. Quick. Don't want to get blapped. Alright, good. I think it's good enough room. Put the cloak back on. Alright, we're in it now. It is J110145. Very cool. Now, the actual wormholes themselves are pretty, have the same mechanics as any other wormhole. They just spawn differently. From what I understand, these unidentified wormholes only spawn in systems with Job observatories in it. I'm not sure if that's changed or not. That's if it's not the case, but what I understand, that's how you know you have a chance of one spawning in the system, is if it has one of the observatories in it. But other than that, though, it appears that they have the same mechanics here. These high security space is actually a static for them, so this system has a high sec static. But everything else is pretty much the same mechanic wise. Now the system itself has an odd effect. I think it's called a cataclysmic variable, as you can see from the very cool animation here with the gas going all the way down to this odd looking star thing on the bottom. And it nerfs local reps, I believe, buffs remote reps, also buffs local capacitor, but nerfs capacitor transmission. So that effect will you have to keep in mind when you're trying to actually come to this wormhole and then explore it. Now the first things we'll look at is the unknown anomalies here. There's a few here. I think I'll bring to the ones that I think are more interesting than the others. We'll go to this one first. Go in that range. Because I don't want to get the wrath of the drifters on me. Okay. Now this was interesting. I don't have a whole lot of information. Like even the details don't give you a whole lot of information, but it looks interesting. And do we have any company in this one? No. Okay, very good. Now this is a spatial rift with multiple inactive sentry guns on it. Now we'll take a look at the actual animation here. And I don't think I've ever seen this type of effect before. It looks pretty cool. I actually like it. Like it pulsates, like brighter and darker. Now let's take a look at the actual description here we have. Now, superficially similar to natural phenomenon observed throughout space, this spatial rift appears to be artificially generated by a Talocan static gate array. Now this is interesting because I haven't seen any other Talocan structures in this unidentified wormhole. And usually in sleeper space, Anoika space, you see Talocan structures, like intermixed with sleeper structures. So they mention it here, but I haven't seen it anywhere else in this site, in this system, which is interesting. Observations have shown large quantities of dangerous gamma radiation X-rays are pouring out of the rift. If this tear in space-time leads anywhere, it's likely to be very inhospitable. So this could lead somewhere, but it wouldn't be a very safe place to go. But what I don't understand is why there's so many of these sleeper sentry turrets next to it. Like, is it like a defensive thing? Is like they're afraid something will come out of it? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what could live in there. That these things are necessary on the outside. But that is the first anomaly. I think is interesting. So let's move on. Let's go to this probe one, which I also thought was interesting, but for slightly different reasons. Wow, this actually looks very nice. I don't know the last time I've been in one of these systems before, but it looks beautiful. From a distance, of course. Very beautiful from a distance. Alright, now this site has a broken orange crystal asteroid and a mysterious probe. We'll take a look at the asteroid real quick. It looks like it's been split in half. Let's take a look at the description. This towering asteroid seems to have suffered a tremendous impact, splitting it into multiple pieces, as you can see here. And the probe is like in the middle of it, kinda. Take a look at that. It looks like a pretty standard probe, right? Doesn't look like anything special, really. Let's take a look at the description, though. Despite its familiar construction, this ancient probe is made from materials and electronics unlike anything ever seen in New Eden. It floats silently through space, seemingly dormant. So apparently this is an ancient, a very old probe from who knows what time or what race. And it's right in the middle of this destroyed asteroid. I can't imagine this thing being the cause of it split in two, but it is in the middle of it, so I don't know. Again, I don't know. So, more questions again. Let's move on to another one. Let's go to this one. So I think this might be interesting as well. I don't want to show all of them, of course, because I do want anyone to come here and look for themselves, because these are very cool systems to go into. Now this one has a interesting sleeper structure around an unstable wormhole. And a very similar looking cloud of gas or energy, and like the Children of Light. It does look familiar. Alright, let's take a look at the actual unstable wormhole first. Again, it's actually that same like effect as the spatial rifts we saw before. And these just appear to be thermoelectric converters. Let's see if this description changes these. No, they're the same. Yeah, docking ports for sleeper drones, but nothing else seems very standard looking description. But let's look at the unstable wormhole. Your sensors show readings off the chart when you aim them at this particular phenomenon. From what little information you can gather, you surmise that a stabilizing mechanism of some sort is needed for it to be safe to venture through the wormhole. A stabilizing mechanism. Oh, I see. It's a very interesting language to use for this unstable wormhole. Are they like, you mean like the drifter wormholes? Like they like test them and like have like a stabilizing mechanism to actually keep it safe? I don't know. But the readings also indicate that this wormhole may not be a totally random natural phenomenon, but rather something that was created. When or by whom is impossible to tell. Where it leads is even a bigger mystery. Huh. So this might lead somewhere as well. The same as the one with the sentry turrets stuck onto it. Again, just more. I have lots of questions here, but not a whole lot of answers from these descriptions that these sites give. Now, let's see if there's any other ones I would like to show. Spatial rift and anomaly. The ghost ship one. Let's check out the ghost ship one. Now, this one seems like pretty standard, I think. The actual wrecks of the ships in it seem like ones that I've seen in exploration and the rest in the New Eden cluster. But they're here. They seem very out of place. We have a friendly seeker here. There he is, just checking the place out, it seems. Now we have two wrecks here. A space shuttle wreck and a ghost ship wreck, including this hollow asteroid. Now, the actual descriptions of these, it's the space shuttle. So it looks like some very old wrecks have been hovering in space for a very long time. And the descriptions of these are just pretty standard, though. Mangled wreck floats motionlessly in space. surrounded with a field of scorched debris. Scorched, I get they do say scorched, and maybe I'm thinking big blast explosion. Maybe the star exploding. I mean, that would make sense. Maybe they're here because the star exploded. Maybe they were exploring and the star went up. So, again, lots of questions, very little answers. Yep, very vague description here. Just gives you an idea here. But I think from here, I think we'll check out the main site. Now, the other stuff about these unidentified wormhole systems is that they're all shattered, so there's no moons. And of course, they have a type blue star, the same type that you find in the other shattered wormhole systems. But there's no epicenter in this one, though. So we're not sure what event caused these systems to become shattered. But it has something to do with this blue star, of course, like the other ones. The other thing that these unidentified wormhole systems have is a site that is named. And here is their site is the Barbican site. All of them seem to be named after like French words for fortifications of some sort. The Barbican one, I believe, is the name for outside fortifications of a city. Now this is the most dangerous site to explore. Now I brought an anathema with me to explore this site with, simply because I like my Astero a lot and I don't want to die. Here, the fit is actually, I'll show the fit. It's a pretty standard exploration fit, I think. Salvager, because you never know. Cloak, scan probes, of course. Micro warp drive, data and relic analyzers, cargo scanner, damage control, and eye stabs for the agility, and more things for agility in the rigs. It's a pretty standard fit, guys. It's a little cheaper than my Astero. I think it's about like 20 something mil, maybe 30 mil with the entire fit. So if you lose it, it's not that much of a kick in the wallet, and there's a good chance you'll lose it in this site. So let's give it a go. Let's just do it. We'll come in at a little bit of range here, just in case there's a sleeper there, a drifter, and hopefully they won't insta-lock me and I die really quickly. And the other ones I believe are named Conflux, Vedette, Redoubt, and one more I don't remember the name of off the top of my head. Sentinel, I think. And let's see here. There's no one here, it seems. No, nothing to shoot at us. So let's head toward the acceleration gate, which is right over there. In the background, you can see one of the shattered planets. So let's get going. Let's see if we can get there before any any drifters show up. Now, these sites do have, as you go inside them, the sites do have sleeper drones, but they're very weak ones. You can actually probably take them down in any cruiser, probably. The main problem you'll have is the somewhat of a problem with the Seekers, but not really. The biggest problem you'll have will be with the actual drifters. So I think it's safe to decloak. Let's decloak and use the micro warp drive here, and see if we can get there real quick. You do see some more sleeper structures here, thermo electric converters, and the what are these called? Sleeper multiplex forwarder, which involve transmitting information. And that's all the sleeper stuff I see here. Now let's get into the next part of this site. I'm gonna have to be very careful. As soon as I land, I have to cloak, so I don't get insta-locked. Because once I get insta-locked, I can't cloak again. If there's drifters there, it might cause these serious issues. Okay, we have merchant patrollers. Let's land and cloak, cloak, cloak. Alright, the beacon is a little bit away, so it didn't decloak me, which is very cool. Now let's take a look at this site. What does this site have? You have 2 acceleration gates and a rift. I remember properly from the test server, the rift will actually take me back to the beginning, and these 2 will lead me to different rooms. And let's see, let's actually get out of the warp-in point, just in case someone else is exploring. I don't want them to decloak me. Let's go towards this acceleration gate over here. Now, what? We have a sleeper enclave, and it appears to be intact sleeper enclave. Oh, it's very cool, very nice. Usually, when I see these, they're usually broken. Okay. What else do we have here? More thermoelectric converters. And well, rock formation. Floating Stonehenge. Oh, it's over there. Okay. Let's take a look at it. Okay, I think I've seen these before in New Eden as well. Yep, even the description's the same. Let's take a look at the description for the actual sleeper enclave, or enclave. Imposing His Majesty, giant dome, yep, it's the same description as any other one. Alright, so let's actually head to one of the acceleration gates. Now, I know from my experience prior to this that, here, we'll take a look, that each one of these will take us to a different part of the actual site. And to actually progress, you need at least 2 people. Since I'm all by myself, it's going to be hard to do this, but let's see if I can, how far I can get before either I die or reach the point where I need the second person. Now, since these are emergent patrollers, I can probably micro warp to this gate here without too much issue. But in the other room, I'm afraid the beacon might decloak me. This definitely leads me to an issue. But let's do it. Let's keep going. If I die, I die. Let's keep moving here. Put the damage control on to mitigate some of the incoming DPS. They will lock me as soon as I decloak. Yep. But the damage is pretty low, so I should make it to the gate without issues. Yeah, 31, 28, manageable. Now when we land, I'm going to have to cloak up pretty quick. Okay, I cloaked up. Right, I gotta avoid this beacon now, though. It's above me. We'll go down a little bit. We have more emergent patrollers. Again, these aren't that dangerous. Now this is right here, this alpha transfer gate here. Zoom out a bit. Where are you? Yes, this one. Now, if you're on the other side of this site, on the other side, on the other gate we didn't take, if you hack the module, this acceleration gate will open. And then you'll be able to enter the other side of this site. If I go into this acceleration gate, the hackable container for the beta gate on the other side will come open so that the person on the other side can come in. So you do need at least 2 people, and without that you really can't keep going. But I think I can jump into one more gate before I have to stop because my progress will be stopped. So let's try to go to the other gate here. And where are you? There it is. And as we're going there, I'm going to take a look at the actual structures here. It seems we have multiple sleeper enclaves here. They look a bit more intricate than the last one. Let's take a look. Yeah, they're intact, and they have all these extra sleeper preservation conduit. What do they do? Windows looking out into space offer a glimpse past the structure's impressive armor plating, and through to the strange sights within. Barely visible in the dim light are rows of open small chambers stretching out endlessly in the darkened hallways of this mammoth conduit. A myriad of connective wires interface with giant pipelines, feeding into every area of this facility. Although they can be seen coiling up through the foundations, the compounds are varying remain a mystery. A strange electronic interference emanates from deep within, pulsating randomly every few seconds. Alright. Very interesting. Okay, the same as before, the enclaves. Wow, I don't think I've seen this many intact ones before when I was traveling through wormhole space. And there appears to be 2. Very cool. Alright, let's back to my ship. Where am I? Let's say hi in local, of course. I didn't do that yet. I usually do that. Here it is. Now, there's no drifters here. So let's see if I could just micro warp over. Cloak off and go. Alright. Come on, go, go. Go, go, go. Alright, now be careful not to get decloaked by the beacons on the next room as well. Okay. Cloak, cloak, cloak. Very nice. Okay. Now we have some sleepers here. Okay, no, but sleeper drones, but no drifters. Very cool. Whoa! What is that? That is interesting looking. It sounds like an enclave attached. Wow, it's very weird. And this is the can you have to actually access. Right here, you have to access this, and then the beta access on the other side of this site will become open. The extra acceleration will become open. And this is where I stop exploring, it seems. This is as far as I can go by myself. And if you want to come in here and unlock these, I know there's people trying to get all the various objects you need, and find out where all this stuff loads. I know, what I understand, there's a drifter, a uniquely named drifter, at the end of this site, and it's guarding a key, and the key opens a vault in another one of these wormholes. But without the key, you can't open the vault. So, and that stuff in those vaults contains certain elements, which actually already the market has a reading for them. If you're actually interested, if you go down to the market, you go into unknown components, you'll see them here: Barbican element, Barbican index, conflux index, conflux element, and these are all the various ones. And look at the Barbican element here. We'll take a look. This is, I think, the element you do get. The strange and unreal aspect of this object plays havoc with your mind. The distortion and the interfering with signal reception and hindering decryption. Despite this, one strong repetitive motif is breaking through the chaos. A single repeating concept. Barbican. So that is, I think, what you get at the end of this site. This index as well, I believe this is what the actual drifter is holding. I think it's the pass key to get the element. And we'll take a look at the description real quick. This intriguing code is filled with unfamiliar mathematical algorithms. What little can be discerned is that they can be used to unlock a container of some sorts. It has a built-in recalibration code that makes it a one-use only pass key. So this is what you're trying to get. What these things do, I have no idea. I don't think anyone actually has figured out what these things do. All they know is that you can get them from these sites. So I guess I'll stop the video here, guys. I would like to do a video on each one of these unidentified wormholes. I'll ask people around and see if there's connections to different ones, and I'll try to make one for each system. I think it'd be cool exploring each one and recording it. And before I go, let's take a better look at this odd-looking structure here. That's very interesting looking. I'm just not sure what it is. It seems like enclaves connected in these thermoelectric converters. Ooh, I got company. What kind of company do I got going on here? Oh, I got a battleship here. That's an Artemis one. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, these are the things you have to watch out for. If I was hacking this can and this guy showed up, I would have died instantly. But they are very cool looking, guys. Well, that's it, guys. I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, leave a like. If you like the content, of course, subscribe. And fly safe, and fly brave.